I better close this in case.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Vitality Festival Chat and Vibe session. We are talking to Jason Snaddon today, who's one of our 70 amazing presenters who are all showing their support and appreciation to the frontline workers. It's 9 days of amazing health and well-being presentations and workshops. We're basically donating to anybody that needs it, particularly the frontliners, really anybody. So thank you, Jason, for coming along today.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. As you can see, I'm on the road.
Love it. Yeah, I must be out of Victoria then.
I am, yes.
So tell us a little bit about you and your journey of how you got to being where you are today.
Well, I call myself the Abundance Activator, but really it all started from when I was newly in real estate and I was one of the worst performers. And I was handed a book called The Magician's Way by William Whitecloud. And in this book, it talked about your focus creates your reality. And it made me realize that I was not focused on what I wanted to create in my life at all. I was focused on the fact that I believed I was the worst performing consultant. And so I started really delving into his teachings. I went and did a course that taught me about how to use my intuition, how we all have limiting beliefs at play. And I got to see what was playing out for me in that work environment. My belief at the time was I was playing insignificant in my work environment. And when I could see that I was making it all up and not being my authentic self, I actually then got very clear on what I wanted, that I wanted to be the top consultant for the company that I was working for. But more than that, I could see that I actually wanted to have my own business, my own real estate business. Within 9 months, so getting very clear on what I want, and this is the Land of Abundance piece that I want to share at the Vitality Workshop Festival, is I got clear on my Land of Abundance for the very first time in my life. And so within 5 years, everything that I set out to achieve in my Land of Abundance had manifested, from my business, my relationship, my penthouse apartment that I set out to create, my Mercedes convertible, the full gamut of what I saw in 2005 had manifested by 2010. And I continued to run my business, Love Property. So Love Property was created through an intuitive marketing workshop. And I ran that business very intuitively. I didn't do hard yards of prospecting, cold calling or anything like that. I just networked and built relationships. And not only did I manifest new clients that way, but clients referred other clients to me. And that's how that business built very effortlessly. And I continued to run it that way and built a property management part of it. And it was running very successfully, but I always knew that it must be some more to this, because I was only really focused on the material, money and things. And then 2014 came about, and my beautiful mum got diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I decided to be very much on that journey with her. And I went. I'm from New Zealand, and she was in New Zealand, and I went and spent that period with her, and I delved into what actually happens when we pass over, and that really started opening up that aspect, more of the deeper spiritual aspects of who we are. We're spiritual beings having this human experience. When I came back from looking after Mum, I'd always gone and seen this beautiful lady, Rosemary, for energy healings. And I thought, I'm going to go and see Rosemary. It's been a pretty crazy, dramatic year and sad year. So I went and saw my mum, my grandmother. I call her my spiritual grandmother. So I went and saw her and had this energy healing. But she said, as soon as I walked in the door, she said to me, "Oh, Jason, I've got a channeled message for you." And she said, "Are you okay if I can bring this through?" And so this is the woo-woo bit, right? Yeah. She dropped out, and this big, huge, deep voice came through her, and she's 80-something. And this big, deep voice came through and it said, "Hello, my name is Master Corton. You are here to help people with abundance. Now, you are doing this whether you know it or not, And then he rattled off a number of examples of what I'd been doing. And ironically, on the back of my business, my Love Property business card, it said, leading all to abundance with love and integrity.
Wow.
Yeah. And he said, if you commit to us, we will support you all along the way. Now, do not commit to us now, for it is coming up to your festive season, because this was in the December of 2014. But when you commit to us, we will support you. So New Year's Eve, many champagnes, I'm on my balcony, and I said, okay, I commit. I didn't know what was going to happen, right? But things just keep showing up. So literally 2 weeks later, I had a call from one of my friends that I had done the William Whitecloud's work with. And she said, we're getting that you're to be part of this mastermind group that I'm part of. And wow. I said, yeah, sure. And so I joined, and it was a big investment, but I was like, yeah, it feels really right. And so I worked, I was part of this mastermind group for 12 months. And that's where the sharing what I knew about creating, about manifesting, about creating what you want started unfolding. And I started sharing this. I was very involved in the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Business Association in Sydney, and I was the networking director. And so I thought, I'll just run Abundance Breakfast. I'll share what I know over breakfast, bring my friends to breakfast, and we'll talk. So that's sort of how it started. Then people started paying me to come to breakfast. Then I started working with one-on-ones, and continued to just do that on the side, right? And then the end of 2017, I got guidance to sell the property management part of the business. Garrett was working in Melbourne. He'd got a big job in Melbourne, and we were commuting. I was mostly commuting, and I got guidance to sell the property management part and to bring on someone to train up to take over my role, but essentially keep the business. And the perfect guy came, and he ended up buying me out because I'd realized I'd finished. And that was when I fully committed to Melbourne. We bought a house in Melbourne, and fully stepped into this role as the Abundance Activator full time. And yeah, so it's a very quick explanation of the journey, because there's a lot more to it than that, but we haven't really got all day.
That's fantastic, an amazing story of how you got to being where you are. And so as an Abundance Activator, are you basically teaching people, you were talking about, getting people to be clear with what they want. I mean, is it possible for us to create our own realities?
We do. We create our own reality. Yeah, what we're thinking about, we bring about. We create. The problem is most of us aren't focused clearly on what we truly want. And when we really connect in to our truth, what's purposeful, what we're really here to do, magic starts happening, and all of a sudden you're doing what you're really meant to be doing. But we all have limiting beliefs. We all have these programs that are running in the background, holding us back from really stepping into what we're here to do. Now, I have lots of tools in my toolkit to clear up those programs, but we've got to name them. We've got to see what they are to be able to shift them through. And then once you've got your clear focus on what you want, essentially the process is you have a vision of what you want to create. We all have a current reality, which is the starting point. And the more we see truly what's actually going on, what's holding us back, that then creates tension. And tension always seeks resolution. And the more you're clearly focused on what you want, and you own where you're at, and you start cleaning up where you're at, and you keep focusing on what you want, it starts manifesting. Tension always seeks resolution. Things will start thinking. But what actually happens for most people is they veer off and focus on what they don't want. With the programs that are running. I can't do this. I can't afford that. They won't let me do it. All that stuff comes in. But when you're laser focused and you own where you're at, it starts manifesting. And then the other part of that creation process is action, inspired action. Nothing happens without action. You had the vision for this festival, right? And so you've had your clear vision for it. You had your starting point. Yeah, you probably had lots of stuff come up around it, right? Mm-hmm. But you kept just taking action. And look at, here it is. It's manifesting, and it's wonderful.
It's unbelievable. And so tell me, because a lot of people who might be watching this, you know, a lot of people at the moment, even, you know, in Australia, Victoria, or even worldwide, people are tired. You know, there's been so much going on with, you know, all the fear and restrictions, and a lot of people are in not a great place. And I know a lot of people are exhausted. And often I know for myself, you know, when you're passionate about something, like you said, it's very easy to stay on task. When you're, you know, starting from a place of depletion, when you're tired and everything, it's hard to stay focused. What would you say to people that might be a little trick or a tool that they could use to stay on track?
Well, meditation is really key. And but for some people that might be really challenging to try and meditate. But the simple meditation is just being present to yourself. And you know what I teach is we have energy systems, we have chakras. You might have heard of the chakra system. It's our energy body, and all you have to do is bring your awareness to your different energy centers. And if you're a visual person, you bring the color to the energy part of the body, and then you start bringing your awareness into your body. And if you can breathe into those energy centers, you'll feel better. And when your body feels better, all of a sudden you're feeling better. And then when you bring your awareness to your heart, which is where we love, where we're all connected by love, you know, you're starting to move back into what you truly love to create. So the work I do, we meditate. I take people on guided meditation. So those that will come to my Prezzo, we're going to do a meditation. We're going to do a meditation. We're going to work through the energy centers. We're going to take you on a beautiful journey to your land of abundance. But to see that land of abundance, you've got to be feeling good first. And we've got to get you feeling good. And there's nothing more important than feeling good.
I love that. I can't wait to partake in that meditation. That sounds absolutely gorgeous, really. And tell us, through this period of time, you know, a lot of people have been facing challenges, and some people see things as challenges, and some people see them as growth opportunities. What's your experience been during this time?
Oh, so much opportunity. You know, yes, I'm out of Melbourne. My husband's still in Melbourne, and I miss him greatly. But I was running a retreat up here, and I up in the Hunter Valley in New South Wales, and I had to do 2 weeks hotel quarantine to make this happen. And when that door shut and I saw the hotel room, it was a lovely hotel room, very nice. I burst into tears. I thought, how am I going to cope with, how am I going to be here for this 2 weeks? But I knew I had the tools to step into. And when I went into meditation, I went into gratitude, because I actually realized I had everything I needed. The opportunity that I had in front of me was to meditate more, to go deeper with my meditation, to deepen my yoga practice. You know, I was practicing yoga twice a day, where it's usually 2 or 3 times a week max, meditating 3 times a day, and then having amazing client sessions, because I was so present, and building and working on my business. And I look back on that and I think, wow, that was, I'd like another 2 weeks of that. Thanks, because it just it brought me into myself, you know. So it ended up being a great experience. And then I will say that on the other side of it, to have the freedom again has been amazing as well. And I've got such gratitude, but also such compassion for those in lockdown, my husband included, because, you know, it has been tough for people. But if we look at, there's always an opportunity. But sometimes it's hard to find, and that's why we've got to start shifting our focus on what would we love, what are the opportunities here, what can we be grateful for right here, right now. And it's through that gratitude then you start shifting. Because if you go into gratitude, you actually realize you're actually really blessed. You know, really blessed. Yeah.
Sounds fantastic. And you've got a book coming up, I understand. Tell us a bit about your book.
Oh, I've already written the book. It's already published. It's called Abundance 101. And I wrote that last year. I launched it in February. So I had all my book launches before COVID. So that was divine timing. And it's going really, really well. The Amazon and Booktopia are selling them now, and it's going great guns. But I'm going to send you some giveaways, Abundance 101. But if anyone would like to order one themselves, you can order it from my website, jasonsnaddon.com.
And we'll put that link down below so everybody can find you whenever they want to.
And enter in abundance for free postage. So all you're doing is paying for the book. And it talks about my journey to this on the deeper level, but also how to create, the steps to take to create what you really would love to have in your life. And then there's a link to meditations and so on as well. But come and join me in person, because it's going to be lots and lots of fun.
Yeah, and I love it. It really is a system, the creating abundance, creating what you want, manifesting. It is really a learned step-by-step process. And once you've got the tools, which it sounds like we're going to get in your workshop and doing further work with you and even through the book, it's really about people getting that focus, deciding what they want in life, and then literally staying on track, persevering, keep showing up for themselves as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jason. It was great to talk to you today. I can't wait to see you at the Vitality Festival. If you haven't signed up already, the link is going to be below. Please click on the link, and even if you can't attend all the sessions, we'll be sending you a link to a recording of each of the sessions from all the 70 presenters, for all amazing people. And I can't wait to learn more about the abundance from you. Sounds absolutely fantastic. So thank you, Jason. We wish you well in all your endeavors, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
You too, Tanya. I can't wait to. I'm so excited. So excited.
Thank you.